And we are live. Welcome to the stream. And I'm joined by Crypto Boomer again.
Hello.
And we're going to be talking about Polygon, Matic, and if people bought the dip, and
Did you
what's
listen?
what's generally been going on in the crypto market in the last few days. Because you've not been on since the massive dip we had, our massive crash.
Oh
Um,
man, do you know I was just looking back? So obviously, if people know me now, oh, I can hear myself. Hang on.
yeah, so no, that was me. That was
Yeah.
me.
So people know me now. I've been in this since February, and I was just looking back at my profile. I've already counted 3 big crashes since February in my profile, in my portfolio. And the last 2 were pretty much within a week of one another.
Right?
One being like last week's massive crash,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
was
yeah.
just fud, boom. And then it's just, oh, I mean, we'll touch on it later, but it's so calculated and manipulated, this market.
Yeah,
Um,
it is.
because people are just the institutions, the banks, the governments, big money is buying. You could just tell they're here.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
definitely.
how it feels to me.
Yeah, it does feel like they're trying to shake out normal people. They're trying to scare off, the average Joe from buying crypto, just so,
Yeah,
these banks, institutions can get in and,
yeah,
shovel up all the Bitcoin and the crypto.
yeah. I mean, I heard somebody say, a few people actually, that if you've only been in a few months, you've earned your badges now if you're held. Because it was like, I remember I might have contacted you that one morning. It was like everything was down like 50, 60, 70%. I was like, what? Oh, like, this is mental. And it's like, oh yeah, this happens. It's like, ah, fair enough. That's right.
How many messages did you get that morning?
5 minimum. Every friend who I'd introduced to crypto was on my case, going, "What is this?"
What do I
But
do? What do I do? Do I sell? When do I sell? Just hold
when
it.
a couple, at least one, said it's going to zero, and I was like, "I hope it does, because I'm just going to be stacking sats. Like, I'll just be selling up. I'll live in a caravan. I'll just buy sats." Hello, who was that? I've just missed a message. Who's that? Miles. Hi, Miles.
Yeah, so he asked, how low, in your opinion, is Polygon in the next few hours till we blast off again?
Miles, did you get in on Sunday?
Yeah,
I hope you did.
so if we have a look, I'll get the charts up. So if we just generally look, if you look on the 7 day one, things are still pretty much down, some more than others.
Mm.
Um, if we scroll down, where's Matic on there? Oh, there we are, 15th. Look at that. Look at all them, and then look on the weekly chart.
Match is
Polygon's
still up.
actually up 1.6%, and the rest are down.
Incredible. Well, we can touch on that later as well, because
Yeah,
we
yeah,
saw something on this, didn't we?
yeah. We'll go into that. But what I want to do is, so I did this video uh, May 18th, and then the price there, if you can see on that video, was $2.56. Um,
So that was a week ago today.
yeah, a week ago today I did the video and it's $2.56. And if we scroll down to the comments,
Where's my
you
buy-in, boy?
you can see here, what's a good price to get Matic out? It's booming. I'm not sure at the moment. I missed the pump. Should I buy now? And I said, try and wait for a dip.
And it came, and
So
it came hard. It was on Sunday. Was it Sunday the 30th?
so the so that I did the video and it was here, literally all the way. If we move that all the way up here is when I did the video, and then boom, the crash all the way down there, all the way down to like 75 cents on the 23rd.
Mm.
So
So that's
Miles
mad,
says,
actually. So the dip started the day after your broadcast.
yeah, I don't know what I did. Got a few more in the chat here. Greg, he's on quite a bit.
Hi, Greg.
Yeah, shout to Johnny. Did a consultation with him. Hope he's doing well. He's got quite a bit of Matic.
Denmark, great country, lovely
Yeah, good,
pastry.
good guy. But yeah, if you got in on that dip, definitely would have benefited.
Mm.
But what I wanted to look at as well, so you can see from the bottom up, it's already up. Look at that. It's already up 124% from the dip.
Yeah. So you're making money straight away,
Yes, if you
aren't
bought
you?
in that
Good
dip,
money.
you've made some good money. But others,
And I'll be
don't look at.
surprised if the correction, if it goes under $1. Mind you, anything can happen in this space now, as the last week has shown.
Yeah, definitely. If you look at Bitcoin,
Mm.
see that's only up 21%.
Mm.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's a boom. It's a boomer coin now, though. Nobody wants that.
I think Ethereum's up a bit more.
Right, so
So the dip was the 49% Ethereum. And if you look at another one that we always talk about, Swissborg.
that's currently pumping.
Yeah.
Community Premium apparently has been leaked, and that's coming. Hopefully, that's out this week.
That's going to be wrong. That it didn't go down to 1 cent. Don't know
One
where it's.
cent.
Yeah,
It definitely didn't go down to 1 cent.
don't know where it's got that from. I presume it's going to work off this one here.
My friends would have told me if it went down to that.
Yeah, I think about that. So that's up 140. So yeah, that's up quite a bit. But,
People watching, I don't know if you found this, right? But I've learned something big in this recent dip: is have some collateral, have some powder dry to take advantage of this. Because when I had no fear to buy the dip, I took some profit from altcoins and I was buying. I reposition myself, but I was locked in a few coins because of yielding on it and stuff like that, and it took out like 24 hours to get out, and it's really made me think about how I do it going forward, because
yeah,
your window of opportunity in this space can be so small. I mean, Bitcoin, for example, and just Matic's there, like when it's dipped so much, but then it makes such a quick recovery, and it's like, it's gone. If you didn't get in there, you're gutted.
Yeah, it always is good to just have some on the side, even if it's in like a stable coin, and then you can just kind of transfer it across.
Definitely.
Like you say though, when stuff like that happens, you're searching around for like under the sofa for.
That's it. I'm pulling out your granddad's golden teeth.
Yeah.
just
you are
raise
looking,
collateral.
aren't you?
Yeah, it's just like how can I raise it quick?
I have right, so I'm going to look at. I keep losing it. Got an article. Here we are. Right, I've got it. So you sent me this article. Oh, wrong one. Just move that. And the article was on the 4 best performing crypto in the dip. Here we are. Can you see that?
It's just popped up. Yeah.
Yeah. So the title is 4 little known cryptocurrencies that beat Bitcoin during the crash. So just about the entire cryptocurrency ecosystem has gotten washed out in the past week as news of government crackdowns and other negative headlines dominated the discussion. Not every coin has been plunging, however. One of the generally positive things about the decline in cryptocurrency values is that different assets are reacting in different ways to the sell-off. The damage is widespread. Bitcoin has fallen 12% in the past week, and Ethereum, the second most valuable cryptocurrency, is down 21%. Excluding stable coins whose values hover around $1 because they are pegged to the dollar, the top 12 coins have all fallen, but others have risen in that period. So this particular research has screened coins for within the top 100 cryptos by market cap that have outperformed or outperformed over the past week, and found several that have held up. So here you go. Here they are. So you've got Matic, which at the time of this is up 11.2%. That was when it was $1.84. You got Celsius, $6.70. Helium, not heard of that. That was minus 1%, and then Maker, which I've heard of, which is minus 2.1%.
Incredible.
So it does go in a bit here about what each one does. But it is interesting to see, and this is what I think is interesting for people to look at, is
what recovers, what holds when everything else plummets.
Yeah. So I mean, if you look at the bear market that is going to come up, does that give you a preview of what is going to hold up in that market, or what is? I mean, obviously the bear market is longer than a few days, but it is interesting to see when there is a big dip, what doesn't move and what does, because generally, if we go back to the other screen, 1 second. Stop that.
It's definitely given me food for thought, because I'm in 9 coins at the moment, and the ones that plummeted and that have still yet to recover, they are probably the ones that I would now come out of in a bear market as we approach the bear market.
Yeah.
It's really, I used this time this last week to really look at my portfolio, reposition myself in a few things, take some profit out in other things, and on we go again. Let's see what happens in round 2 or 3 or whatever it is now.
Yeah. So you can see here, these are the ones that went down the least in 7 days. So you got Matic, which is second. You got Helium though, which you mentioned before. You got a few stable coins, a lot of stable coins. Then you got Cell. Then you got Swissborg, Maker that you mentioned before, Bitcoin, and then it goes all the way down. I mean, this is the top 100, and all the way down, and you can see what a lot of these went down by. There's Shiba down 42%.
Don't tell Blackie.
But
Sorry,
I mean, if you go on the second page, it'll obviously, I presume it'll be even worse. There you go, down 58%. And then if you go down to like page 5, just to see how much these other shit coins went down. Let's have a look.
Do you know what's interesting? There was so much fear, one after the other. I mean, a few people I was talking to said that they'd never known the fear just so bang, 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 one after another. Yeah. And it's still, it depends how you look at it, doesn't it? But Bitcoin still held around $30,000, which I think from where it was a year ago is incredible.
Have you seen that thing on Twitter? And it's like a fear-ometer thing. And
it went down to like 11. Extreme fear.
Yeah.
So it's the perfect time to buy. And Miles does make the point. It's hard to take profit when you're in under 10k. Yeah, thankfully, it was a timing thing with me. I mean, I did buy a couple of alts really well, really early, and they still had profit in there. And I just my game plan changed because I wasn't going to touch anything at all until later on in the year. But I saw Bitcoin price, and that I still had a bit of profit in an altcoin, and I thought, well, I can't see Bitcoin going this low for a long time. and touch wood, I was right to do it because I got in more Bitcoin at $30,000, and it's now recovered to nearly 40. And it's
It,
like,
it's all about your mentality as well. It's crazy to think that when like Bitcoin is at like 64k, everyone's panicking to buy in, aren't they? Everyone's like
yeah,
FOMOing
yeah,
in at 64k. It's going to go to the moon. But when it's at half price, literally nearly half price,
nobody wants it.
no, it's like you need to do the complete opposite. But I
It's
think
mental, isn't it? You go shopping for something, if it's half price and you love it, if you're sold on Bitcoin and you saw it for half price, if you didn't buy it, I mean, the only reason for not buying it would be your skin, which I get, you know. But if you didn't buy it at half price, if you sold on Bitcoin, I don't understand why you wouldn't. I don't
no,
understand why you wouldn't buy
no,
50% off.
no, no.
Because can I quickly mention this? Because I'll talk to you quickly about this guy Swan, who I found his podcast. Can I mention this?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just quickly. So this podcast is Bitcoin Audible, and this guy Swan, he's on Twitter actually. The crypto economy, and I started listening to it. And I mean, I love Bitcoin anyway, but I listened to this podcast, and it is literally like you don't become a maxi, but you can see why you would, because the case for Bitcoin is so strong that I've literally now like bought my Bitcoin and taken it offline. I've now decided I ain't putting it back. You know, it's gone into my cold.
Treasure.
It's gone into my treasure because like you look at,
What's he called,
I guess,
sorry?
Guy Swan. He
On
claims to
Twitter.
be. It's called the Crypto Economy. CONOMY.
Yeah,
And
go on,
like,
man.
because I've accumulated, you know, more Bitcoin at this point of the run than I thought I would do, and then that's him. And that Taproot as well. People should look into that if they don't know what that is. It's really interesting that Bitcoin is potentially having a soft fork in November. So yeah, look into that. That's another story for another day. But yeah, like you look at what happened on BlockFi, where 700 Bitcoin, like people received 700 Bitcoin in their portfolio as an accident instead of having like US dollars, and it was like, wow. I mean, can you imagine waking up and your portfolio's in the millions because you've got 700 Bitcoin, and now
I've heard that like they can't do anything about that apparently.
well, I don't know. Um, Apparently, a lot of people have handed it back. Yeah, right. But, but a lot of people have taken it out as well, and I've read something. It's cost that company BlockFi something like $10 million currently. And I'm not being funny. Like, if I was holding, let's say I was holding my Bitcoin on BlockFi, and and it's human error. They do something like that, and I wake up and it's gone. It's too valuable an asset for me personally now to think for 4 or 5% APY to keep it on anything. I just don't see the point. Like, so with all my other cryptos, it's worth a risk because your yield's so high. If you can get 15, 20, a few 100% APY, of course it's worth a risk. But
Yeah.
is Bitcoin worth a risk? No, not in my opinion. And listening to that podcast has just changed my thought pattern on it completely.
Does he do a weekly show or?
I think it's weekly. Yeah, I've listened to 2 or 3 now already. I've only just
I'll
found it.
get listening to that then, guys. I'm definitely going to jump on that and give it a listen.
It's very cool.
Yeah, it does sound interesting. So I wanted to look at all these articles that are coming in as well. So obviously the BBC over the years just comes in with very negative articles about Bitcoin.
Mm.
So Bitcoin falls further as China cracks down on cryptocurrencies 5 days ago.
See this guy.
But then it says here, cryptocurrency trading has been illegal in China since 2019. to curb money laundering. So I found this old article here.
All this news that's coming out ain't new news, and it's even with the whole green mining of Bitcoin. It's all been said and done. It's all the same. It's just regurgitated.
Yeah. So here we go. Fears that the rules would cripple cryptocurrency markets and mining on the Chinese mainland appear baseless. Cryptocurrencies could still be bought from China on Thursday, and investment schemes promising juicy returns for mining them remained operational. Bobby Lee, that's probably not his name, founder and chief executive of Ballet, a cryptocurrency wallet app, said he thought the announcement was merely an attempt by regulators to protect retail investors from volatile markets or deter them. But that will be a challenge for banks to identify crypto-related dealings. If you look at the banking activity in China, millions or maybe billions of transactions happen on a daily basis. From all that, how many actually really crypto services versus dining or e-commerce? It's almost unknowable. And then here it says, it's not the first time China has banned crypto-related financial and payment services. Beijing issued similar bans in 2013 and in 2017.
India banned it as well.
Yeah.
I think did Nigeria? I don't know. Basically, governments can't ban Bitcoin. Nobody can ban Bitcoin. Don't worry about articles that claim they can ban Bitcoin, because you can't.
Yeah, basically.
And like, I don't know what your opinion is on Elon Musk now, but it was all fun and games at first, I thought. But now it's just like I think he's part of the issue.
Yeah. It's amazing how many people take notice of or take seriously what he says, because he literally speaks about Dogecoin, and people literally follow what he says and buy it without, actually researching what it is, because it's just a shit coin.
Yeah.
But I think again it goes back to what we spoke about, where people just want to get in and out. They want to be rich overnight, and then that's it. There's no long-term plan from anyone, so they just buy Dogecoin because Elon will tweet about it. They'll make a bit of money, and then they think that's it. But that's not really the way you should look at investing in cryptocurrency, because it's not really a good way to do it, in my opinion.
No.
But yeah, just don't look at news articles. All you need to do is continue with the websites I've shown on past streams. Really, follow the decent people on YouTube, speak to people online, and just avoid people shilling you shit coins, basically.
Good advice.
Yeah. The other thing I wanted to look at was someone on Twitter posted this, and it lists everything that Matic can get involved with. So, because it's like a bridge, it can be used on all these different markets. So you've got Aave, ones that I've heard of, 1inch, Sushi Swap, Quick Swap. Some, admittedly, that I've not heard of. I've heard of Reef, Nord Finance I've heard of, but there's loads here where you can get involved with DeFi. Some are probably shit and high risk, but make sure you do research when getting into them. But there's all these, just endless lists. But that's why I think.
I mean, have you seen that Polygon is doing more transactions than ETH?
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
And it's so cheap as well, apparently.
Well, that's it. That's why people get in, and that's why we mentioned before, versus the update that comes in. What will happen with the IP 1559?
Yeah.
Will it affect it? Some people say it will. Some people say it won't.
I think regardless, I think Polygon will be needed. I think if the Ethereum network's going to be so congested, this basically helps Ethereum. That's why I say people say, "Oh, it's an Ethereum killer." It really isn't. It's there to help ETH's network, from what I understand.
Yeah, it's an Ethereum helper. ETH as well. I think that's doing. I think Blackie posted something saying Ethereum is kind of leading the market at the moment as opposed to Bitcoin because it's doing better.
He believes in the flipping in.
As he said, does he think it's going to happen?
He might have been taking the piss. But oh, imagine how shook the market will be if Bitcoin ain't at number one.
Well, it's less than half still, so it needs to make up some ground. But I
But then
mean,
what's the cap then? So 300 mil at 2,500. Okay, so well, Ethereum does times 4 from here, doesn't it? So there you go. If you believe what people say.
If it reaches 10k, then it'll be a lot higher, won't it? Oh, didn't mean to get rid of that. One sec. Yeah, if it reaches 10k, then that'll be it. But
yeah, but you just know that Bitcoin's going to have a say in that, and it's going to, when nobody expects it, Bitcoin will just go on a rampage to 70k probably.
Yeah. I think if you look at the Bitcoin chart, and we say what, if you zoom out,
It brought resistance, didn't it, recently?
it's kind of petering around there. Here's all the previous ones. But I mean, if you look at it towards 2022, and then the mark everyone says 100k, I think it'll do it. But
I think it'll be good for Bitcoin to have some sort of consolidation period now on the back of that big dump it just took. I mean, I know it's recovered slightly at the minute, but I wouldn't mind a consolidation period from here.
Yeah, just
around
so you can,
around 40k would do, and then get set for new all-time highs again. Because I'm sorry, but what was it, 60 odd k? That ain't its top for this bull run.
I know, yeah.
I am buying that whatsoever.
Yeah. But everyone was.
But everyone's an expert.
Everyone was shitting themselves because it's this that everyone looks at.
And it was dropping too much from that.
Yeah. So I mean, but you can see it's happened before. It's been underneath it. Look, I mean, it climbed all the way underneath it last time, and then rose above it. And I think that's what it's going to do again. It'll probably from here go along and then rise above it.
We know that the next halving's 2024, and that ain't priced in yet whatsoever.
Yeah. But if you look at this now, you just think, why would you sell your Bitcoin?
Well, I ain't gonna quote what Blackie said the other week, but you get the gist. It's an IQ test, and are you going to pass or fail it? I'll just put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, look. It's not 100% guaranteed because there's loads of different factors. But I mean, if you look at that chart and it's showing like 2025, 2026, Bitcoin is going to 1 million, and it's currently at 37,000.
Yeah.
Then it's like, would you get in if someone said to you, buy one Bitcoin, it's going to be worth 1 million in 5 years? Would you take the risk? What have you got to lose apart from 30 grand? But you know what I mean. It's if you want to in theory get rich from crypto, then you've got
even if it was 0.5 of half a Bitcoin, 15k. Would you risk 15k for half a mil? I would.
Yeah, exactly. Half a mil. That you could take. Well, obviously it's a fast moving. It'll be interesting to
So look,
see. Sorry,
sorry,
go on.
can we just say, right, look at the peak at 2018 where Bitcoin went, and it's every 4 years. Judging from that, by the end of this year, it'll blow up, I reckon. If I was to look at that and make a prediction, I would say by the end of the year, Bitcoin will have it'll reach the top to wherever it's going to go, and then it'll come down
Yeah,
and
I mean,
consolidate for 4 more years.
yeah, I mean, looking at that, you can't say that that's the top and it'll go down now.
No,
Surely,
no.
surely. But what I was going to say is, if you look at that, you would think that it's just going to, like you say, follow the same pattern
Mm,
and then just continue on up and up and up. But I think the problem is a lot of people this year are going to do the same thing that I did 4 years ago. There'll be loads of people getting in at Bitcoin at 100k, higher than that, at the very top, whatever the top is, if it's between 100, 200k. Then they'll sell, get out, and then they'll think it's a scam, and then it'll start slowly rising up. And then the smart people between, 2022 and 2024, them 2 years, will just be stacking dollar cost averaging into the Bitcoin, gaining more of it, and then as it rises again, they'll be the ones laughing because they'll be the ones that'll be seeing the benefit. Whilst all these people that got in previously will forget about it for a few years, and then when it goes up again, they'll be like, "Oh shit, it's gone
mm,
past what it was when I bought it," and then it's just
mm.
it's just a thing.
I mean, the key where is that bottom going to be for stacking for 4 years?
Well, that's it.
And
That,
are people really suggesting that the bottom is going to be, is going to be where we are now? Is this where we are for 4 years? I cannot see it at all.
no, I think the bottom will be higher.
Yeah,
Yeah, I suppose it depends where the top is, doesn't it?
because and the other thing as well, the flip side is okay if it gets to 100k, there's a lot of institutions, big money that won't even look at an asset until it's valued around that.
Hmm.
So, you know, they might come when it's 100k. A lot of people they might be waiting for it to reach 100k before they get in.
Well, they're saying as well that as it goes up in value, it'll be more stable and there'll be less volatility. It won't be as
Less volatile.
yeah, it won't be as volatile. But
Greg makes that's a good guess as well. We just don't know, do we? But there is no way that this is. I've seen
that's
people
it.
say it's already peaked and it's down now. It's like I can't, I can't accept that. I just don't. I just can't see that at all.
No, no. Um,
But it's kind of irrelevant because, like I say, if you believe in Bitcoin, like I do, I think like you do, it really don't matter because it's just, to quote Michael Saylor, it's just going up, up only.
yeah, it is. Well, it if that
Dollar
is
cost,
it,
dollar cost averaging, that's your best bet in it. Then you really don't. It really kind of doesn't matter where you're buying it at if you're just buying little pieces of it every month.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Because then that's the thing as well. Don't throw a lump sum in just randomly.
That's what I did.
You just
Don't do
gotta
it.
you just gotta keep dollar cost averaging in. But if you look last time, for some reason this chart points that the top was 25 last time. It wasn't. It was here. So I mean the top last time was here, and then it went down to about this level 3k. So if you
Where did
look at
Bitcoin
that,
blow off last time? Where was it?
so there
So
about 20.
it was back end of 2017, wasn't it?
Start of 2018. So like the top was December 2017, then Ethereum hit its high in January 2018.
Mm.
So then it went from 20,000 down to 3, which is a drop of 81%, 82%. So if
Wow.
you think if it gets up to what are you saying?
Where do I
Yeah,
think that the top is?
yeah.
This run. Oh man. For I think it'll blow through 100. I think it'll be more like 150, 180.
So if you said 150,
Let's say 150.
if you said 150, then if it did the same thing, it's
And retraced 80%.
I don't know to work. Oh, there we go. So if you said 150. And you put it down 80 odd.
We'd be around the level we are now then. Is that right?
Oh no. Oh wait, sorry, I've changed the thing then.
80% of 150, is that it's about 30,000?
No.
No.
I've messed this up now.
Starting to look like Microsoft Paint.
I can't work that thing. 1 sec, I'll work it out. But like we said, if that's the top, then that would mean that the bear market's going to be. If 60k is the top, that means the bear market would be like what, 10k, which is just I can't see that happening.
No, that's what you don't think it'll fall as low as that.
Well, that's what I mean. So say
in terms of percentages, it'll probably drop. When the bear market's here, you think it'll probably drop about 80% again.
If it does, yeah. But it's like if the top was 60 odd k, then an 80% drop. Here we go, I've got it here. So if we said percentage decrease.
Can I just say I hate percentages?
I don't know how to do it on TradingView. I think you were right.
Yeah, so from 150 it goes to 30.
Yeah.
I think that sounds about right. I think where we are now is where the bottom will be when the bear market's here.
I think a bit higher.
You think it'll be a bit higher?
Yeah, maybe around 50. Maybe around 50.
Okay.
Yeah, so 64,000 where the peak was. That means if we go down to the same, so say the peak now is 64,000, around 80% lower. If we went into a proper bear market now, would be Bitcoin at 12k.
What was it? And what was it in the last bear market?
3.
I
just can't see it, especially with all this.
Wow. Well, I tell you what, if it does go down to $12,000, I am going to have a lot of Bitcoin when it comes to the next halving.
I think that's the way you got to look at it, though. The way you've got to look at it as you win either way. If it goes up to 150 and goes back down, then it's on the way to up to where we said 1 mil. However, if we've reached the top now and we go into a bear market and the low is 12k, then you can buy more Bitcoin.
Absolutely. If you believe in Bitcoin, it's a winner, regardless of what it does.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I think that's the way people have got to see it when there's a big drop as well. Instead of panicking, you've got to
celebrate it. Opportunity.
Yeah, you got to
come on. Let's stack. Let's get some more.
You got to see it as an opportunity rather than just like, oh, I need to sell, because that's not gonna.
Don't get me wrong. If it was a shit coin, then it ain't opportunity. You probably should have got some profit. But
the thing is as well, like, say it does drop in dollar value, you still got the same amount of crypto.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And if you're yielding it, you're getting more crypto anyway. So you.
That's the thing, isn't it? That's another thing that people have probably learned. This, newcomers this last week or two, that if you go to zero, you haven't lost your money. You'll only lose your money if you sell.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah, because
That's the big.
I had messages of people saying I'm down I'm down 80. I've lost 80%, and it's like, well, you're not lost it unless you sold.
Yeah,
But
exactly
I
that.
suppose it's the same again. You've not made anything until you sell.
Exactly
You
that.
know, but it's just unrealized profit, isn't it? Really.
hmm Like I
Um,
say, my plan changed the last few weeks because I've already taken some altcoin profit, which but then that was driven by the fact Bitcoin was down so much. Because I was desperate because I'm big into it, so I'm like I need more Bitcoin while it's that low, and it's just having that mentality, isn't it?
yeah,
You
yeah,
either want it or you don't. Um, but yeah, all good.
definitely, definitely. So hope everyone got in on the dip. Uh,
Oh
we
yeah, Matic.
we certainly did. We bought other things as well as Matic, but I specifically
Mm.
wanted to title it that because everyone was asking me when should I get in, and the perfect opportunity arose. So I hope that people got in because it went up really fast, and
Mm.
I can't see being at that level again until maybe a bear market. But like we've said before, a, a crash like this has shown which crypto has held up. So it may give people an idea of what ones to look in for the bear market, possibly.
So people that got in under $1, or well, when you get in whenever really, where do you think it's going? Looking at the market cap currently, where is it? 15th, 16th place? Because I've said when it goes on its next run, it's going into the top 10. That's my
I
that's
think it could
my
do, yeah, yeah. Well, I said $15. It
okay.
should easily do because when I did that stream, it was like $2.60,
Man, you're
and
laughing. If you get in under $1, you can make some nice money on this
there you
now.
go. If you got in at the very low on what we just looked at, which is 70 cents, then times 15 times 16, easy.
hmm
But you never know. You're never going to know when the top is. But also, if you have Matic and you have it in Celsius and you're earning 17%, I think it is at the moment, you can earn your yield on it as well. So that's another thing to look at.
And Matic and Sell go hand in hand, as we've just seen on that news article.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. So would you say, going what you said before, you would recommend that people, if they've got Bitcoin, put it on cold storage?
Yeah, listen to Guy Swan, people. If you're into Bitcoin, if you're just intrigued about Bitcoin, you need to listen to Bitcoin Audible. And the cool thing about that is if you drive around the country like I do for 4 or 5 hours, you can listen to a lot of Bitcoin information
Soak it up like a
on
sponge.
on on the go. And then, like I say, it changed my opinion completely on where it's going, why we have it, what to do with it. It's just genius, I think. And yeah, give it a listen, see what you think.
So you would say Bitcoin cold storage, alts, do yield in?
Yeah, because like I say, Bitcoin, when you've got it depends how much you've got, how much you're comfortable with having on there. I'm happy, I'm at a place with Bitcoin now where I don't want to keep it on the internet. And I bought a Trezor wallet. Other wallets are available. Um, and I just thought I'm going to keep Bitcoin on it. I could sleep better because, like I say, you see stories like what happened on BlockFi, and human error could screw your Bitcoin. And would you be able to sleep if you lost the Bitcoin that you've been accumulating for so long?
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Because if it's going where we all think it's going, you ain't going to get a lot for your money.
Yeah, yeah. And if you've got, near enough one Bitcoin and it's going to the level we think it's going to go,
hmm
I would personally prefer to have it on cold storage than, like you
mm
say, online in a
hmm
wallet that can
hmm
be hacked. If it's offline, you've got your Trezor. If something happens to your Trezor, as long as you've got your keys, then you
hmm
can access it again.
hmm Absolutely.
So, well, that's everything then. If you don't already, follow Crypto Boomer on Twitter. same handle. Check out upfrontcrypto.com if you want to book a consultation. There's also promo codes on there. My newsletter that you can sign up for, and also the $1 crypto course. More stuff's going on the website soon, and we will be doing more streams coming soon. But yeah, thanks for joining. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you all